All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yes?
Yep.
Sweet. I guess I had to get out and rejoin. How's everyone doing? Let's see, does it work with my camera on too? Can you hear me still?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Sweet. Okay. I just have an external mic, and so I guess when I switched the external mic in this, it didn't like that. So cool. How's everyone
Yeah,
doing?
Brian in his podcast era now with the mic. So
We've done so many of these that it makes sense to get a mic. Recorded one
I'll,
yesterday that hasn't gone live yet, and we've got probably a couple more going on. So
you said you look so young, Brian.
I get this all the time. I get this all the time. I am in my late 20s, so I am by far not that young compared to most people in crypto. Um, yeah, it's the Asian genes that keep me young.
Yeah, they're saying
Uh,
they doubt you're in crypto. Crypto
I
ages you like
know.
10 times.
I know, right? I need to get some gray hair going. Um,
Yeah.
not
And you
anytime soon though. So
need to start talking like a boomer as well in chat.
yeah. Maybe I already do a little bit, but yeah, I could we'll see. All right.
See.
I think we're 5 minutes in. Why don't we get started here? And we've got a couple things that we want to talk about today. And then we'll spend the latter half, or maybe even earlier, but the latter part of this portion on showing you how to build a portfolio, especially if you're new to it. And then I'll give you guys some ideas on things that I think are pretty cool in the builder. And then we'll have the last 10 to 15 minutes or so for some questions from everybody in the audience. I'm sure there are things that you guys are curious about and what we are planning in the future. Um, so let's do a little kickoff. Maybe we can start with some intros. So I'm Brian. I'm one of the co-founders of Glider. There are two of us. John. John is my other co-founder. He uh, is the mastermind behind building and writing most of the code for Glider. So he'll make an appearance here at some point, but know that he is uh, the best engineer that I've really ever worked with in my life. Um, Other than that, I guess quick background on myself. Worked in traditional finance before going into crypto. This was in like 2020, so quite a while ago at this point. And then worked at a big institutional crypto company called Anchorage in the US. Anchorage holds money for all of the biggest institutions in the world. So VCs, hedge funds, asset managers, like sovereign wealth funds. For example, like the sovereign wealth fund of Singapore is a client. Sometimes the U.S. government. So their whole goal was to keep crypto safe for people. Um, and we've taken a lot of those practices that I've learned there into Glider. We can talk about that some other time. And then started Glider with John about a year ago, and time really flies. Our team is now up to 7, and we have a new joiner actually joining us very, very soon. Actually, a couple new joiners joining us very, very soon, starting next week and the week after. So look out for some new people that will be appearing. They're all over the world, so you'll see that our global footprint is growing, which is pretty cool. And yeah, let me pass it to Winter for a quick little intro.
Yeah, hey guys. I'm sure you might see me in the Discord a lot, being annoying, responding to your questions. But yeah, I'm the head of marketing at Glider. Previously worked at a couple of agencies in crypto, but also with like global Web2 brands, for example, like Aesop, Louis Vuitton, for example. So did a lot of work in Web2 and Web3. Came across Glider, to be honest, like on LinkedIn, super random. I actually reached out for a friend of mine who was looking for an engineering role. And then Brian was like, actually, do you want to help with our socials? I was like, hell yeah. So it started off like that. And then eventually I, left my agency role and then delved into, Glider full time after that. And it's been crazy ever since. There's been so much happening in the background, and you guys are not even ready for what's going to happen next. So, yeah, lots of alpha to unlock. Like, you guys are super early still. We've got so much coming for early gliders as well. Like, I'm sure you hear me saying it all the time in Discord, but it's true. I'm not sure how much Brian's going to reveal here, but yeah, people joining. One that will be working close with me next. You'll see them pop up on Discord. So definitely make them feel welcome. Yeah, don't be rude, please. Pretty sure half of you guys might already know them. But yeah, super excited to expand the team. Marketing is looking like crazy for the next many years, to be honest. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, do ask me later on. I'll be more than happy to answer as well.
Sweet. It was back in September. It was John and myself and Patrick, our designer, and I was trying to tweet from the Glider X channel, and I was doing an okay job, but it was like it was a whole job in itself to come up with a tweet every day. This is back when we had
Yeah.
2,000 followers on X too. It was like such a different era, and Winter took a chance on us, and it's really, really grown, and she's really done a great job of building out brand and continuing to work with the community and grow our following. So it's been pretty crazy. I think that was almost a year ago, also. So like I think it was November we
Yeah.
met, and so
Time flew by so quick, honestly. Like, it's been so like amazing seeing it grow from the start. Like, I think a lot of people don't know like how it was back then. Like the website looked completely different. Like our branding was different. Even the way like I was doing our socials was quite different. Like the whole vibe was different in general. The product looked different. And the stage that we're at now is just like miles and miles ahead of where we were before. And yeah, I just feel really proud to see how far we've come, and like we've not even launched publicly yet. And there's so much more room to grow. And like our product, our marketing, everything is constantly evolving. Our community is constantly evolving. Like you guys want different things from us. We also want to know what you guys like, what you guys don't like right now with Glider, and like that's been really helpful for us to like change everything, or like, work against your feedback with the product itself as well. So it evolves with you. And yeah, it's been really amazing seeing how much we've grown so far, and like how much, going from 2K now to like 70K followers. It's yeah. I can't even fathom what happened overnight. It's still blowing up, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't even know how we got here, but yeah, super grateful for the whole community as well at the same time. Yeah, glad it has come a long way, guys. 100K soon, 100K soon.
all right. I want to share my screen, but I have to leave for a moment because I have not given permissions to the computer to share screen. So I will be right back. I wanted to show you guys old Glider. It's actually still live, and I think it's very funny to see what it started with a year ago and where we are today. I have to jump out though to share screen, so give me 1 second. Shimron, Winter, you can keep them keep everybody entertained for a bit.
Oh god, you guys are putting me on the spot now. I've got nothing to amuse you guys with. Sorry, I'm super lame. How did I come up with my nickname? You know what? Like, not to get like to put out my government details out there, right? But I was born in the winter time. I've always loved the winter feeling in general. Like, I love the cold. Like, I'm like a vamp internally. Like, I'm like a vampire. You never see me out in the day. I'm always out in the cold. I prefer the winter. I don't like the summer that much. And yeah, it just kind of started resonating with me. I really like that vampire energy, and yeah, now I'm called Winter because of that reason. Exactly, just because I'm born in winter. I'm not that original, guys. I am not singing. Maybe if you guys give me like 1 ETH, I will sing. Like, I used to sing back on Snapchat back in university, actually. So yeah, no, I'm not doing that again. I'm not embarrassing myself like that. Yeah, no, global warming ain't got nothing on me, to be honest. Like, I'm winter. Like, I'm literally physically winter at this point. Oh god, guys. I'd rather you put that money in Glider, yeah? Like, not to my wallet. Damn. I've not had pressure like this to sing. Yeah, the sticker contest ended, but like we should have more contests coming soon. Don't worry.
All
No,
right,
no,
I'm
Brian's
back.
there. Don't worry. Brian's not running away.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're good. We're good.
Okay. Now I can share my screen. Great. Give me 1 second. I want to show you guys old Glider because it's still live and I think it's so funny to see. All right, let's see. What? Let me try that again. Smooth video, go live. There it is. Oh my goodness. Can you guys see this all right?
Yeah, yeah, we can see that.
Perfect. This is Glider like 1.0 a year ago. And look how different it's like. Look at our little logo. Our like text was just plain. This was the beginning of like you could add assets, you know, like Ethereum, and we had if else statements. Like it was really, really like very beginning of where Glider was, and there are a bunch of different things. I don't even know if Connect Wallet still looks like it works, but it's dramatically changed from where we were. I think it's
Even
funny to
I've
see
not
this.
seen this, to be honest.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
this was the beginning. So you know, I don't even know what this logo is, but funny. Cool. All right, let's give a little bit of context here on what Glider is. And I know many of you know, but Glider is more than just an app. That's the first thing to know. Glider is a platform where people can build out portfolios that are seamless and easy to use. And what does that mean? So the idea is that you can set whatever goals you want for your portfolio, whether it's I want to earn yield on my stable coins to I want to rebalance across a different couple of tokens, or when a certain price hits for this token, sell into stablecoin and earn yield. Any of these things are things that Glider makes easy for people, and we abstract away the complexities of DeFi in the process. So you'll notice that we don't mention gas because we pay for all the gas for you guys. We don't mention bridging. I know we're only on one chain right now, but once we have multiple chains, bridging will be instant, and you won't have to think about moving between those chains. Everything is non-custodial, and so your assets always remain your assets, which is really important. And always find you the best price for your swaps. We go through a number of DEX aggregators like ZeroX, LeFi, Bebop, Odos. We were talking with Swap as another one, and so it's our goal to always get you the best execution for your trades. Glider, more so as a movement, more broadly, is about on-chain investing. And so as more assets come on-chain, things besides just crypto, I'm talking about on-chain stocks, RWAs, tokenized private credit. As these come on-chain, the opportunity for you to invest into these assets seamlessly will also be available through Glider. And just like you can trade any crypto asset today, you will be able to buy, on-chain Tesla or on-chain Facebook or on-chain Apple and be able to move more of your assets on-chain in a permissionless way than having to, if you're in the US, you'd have to have an account. If you're outside of the US, it's giving you access to invest in these assets in a way that you probably didn't have access to before. And so you've probably been seeing me tweet a little bit about Ondo recently. There is more stuff to come from that Ondo partnership and more announcements to be made about what we're doing with Ondo around their on-chain stocks. Their on-chain stocks released 2 days ago. I checked yesterday with our head of BD, Vinny. They're already about at 25 million TVL in their on-chain stocks. They've issued 103 stocks, the biggest companies in the US, for people to trade. They're on mainnet. And so once we release mainnet, they will be readily available to everyone here. You can understand that there will be on-chain stocks across many different chains. As we release more chains, those will become available to you as well. So, we're trying to move out of this meta of like flipping meme coins and, trying to just trade things that don't necessarily have real backing, to real world assets that can actually earn you wealth over time, right? This is about investing. That being said, you can always trade any token on Glider. So if you do want to trade memes, they're available to you. But a lot of the meme meta we think is really gamified at this point. And, big trading firms have taken advantage of a lot of users, and they don't have the opportunity to do that when, these assets like on-chain stocks trade on real exchanges around the world. So just sharing more of the meta, there's a lot to come around this. We've got some announcements coming out next week, actually, around some of the new chains and partnerships that we are releasing. And those will be a lot more focused on real world assets, on-chain stocks, and things that actually have more institutional backing. And so look out for that. That's coming very, very soon. Other than that, again, we've made Glider as seamless as possible for you guys to participate. There are still a lot of changes that we need to make, and we're well aware of them. And so if you're already into the app, please, please, please share feedback with us. In the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little feedback button. I read every single piece of feedback. If you have issues in Discord, you can just, raise a ticket as well. Our moderators, Dev and Jay, do a great job of responding to all of our tickets, making sure that people can get into the platform and seamlessly interact. We know there's things that we need to improve, and so they are coming. They are coming. We will, have many, many fixes before we go fully live. And I guess that also goes to say is like, we're in private beta right now, and we're in private beta for a reason. We can test these processes. We can test the functionality with a smaller set of users. I'll be honest with you, the set of users is already very, very large compared to most crypto apps in the world. And so this allows us to test that, okay, can Glider scale? Can we offer these new features? Are they working properly? And, when we go fully live, a couple things will happen. So one, beta points will convert to real points in a very nice way. It's important. Two, we have A16Z, Coinbase, Uniswap, MoonPay, all of these companies and teams and VCs that we're working with are going to tweet about us. And, we're hoping for at least a 10x increase in users and portfolios. Probably going to be bigger than that, knowing how small and sort of unknown we are. A lot of you people here know about us through many different channels, which is excellent. But there's a bigger world out there outside of like crypto X and all of these things that we really want to tap into. And so, yeah, I mean, a lot to come. Everyone here is still very, very early. A lot of you have seen sort of the rough edges of this. There's still a lot more that we have to fix. Winter, anything you want to add to that before I sort of jump in?
Yeah, I mean, every single feedback that you guys have given in the community, on the feedback button itself on the app, it directly goes to our team, like the engineering team. So provide us that feedback. You can reach out directly to us. We have our ambassadors now as well, who are constantly looking for feedback as well. All of this will go directly to the engineering team. So please stay looped in, guys, and we really want to make this the best possible experience for you. So yeah, that's probably what I have to say about that.
Yeah, and it's not just feedback. If there are things you want to see in Glider, like
Exactly.
there are things that you are doing in DeFi right now that you feel like are very manual processes. Maybe you're doing something with like Pendle and Athena, right? And doing some like looping. Maybe you are trading on Hyperliquid and you're also trading on CowSwap. And you're like, I would love to be able to trade both of these things in one place, right? Anything that you feel like is very, very manual for you today, these are sort of the things that Glider can help to facilitate more of the orchestration between these siloed products, right? So lending, swapping, perps, it could be NFTs, I don't know. But if there are more things to that you would like added into Glider, we would love to hear about it. That being said, if you're a developer here and you want to build on top of Glider, you can go to our developer docs and also build your own things using our API. And so our front end is not the only place to interact with Glider. We already have Telegram bots, mobile apps, Farcaster apps, dashboards of sorts that are building on top of us. They've been very patient to wait for us to go live before they announce that they are using us. And we will make all of these projects public on our website as well, so that you guys know that they're working with us, and hopefully, we can direct some traffic their way, given that we have a fairly substantial audience at this point. Are there grants for devs? Not yet. We haven't gotten to that size yet, but potentially in the future, yes. We've talked about it internally as a way to bootstrap some of this ecosystem. We're not an L1 chain, right? We're not an L2 chain. But we do want to have people building on top of us in the long term.
Yeah, if you guys need the developer docs, then you can message me privately on X or here, and then I can always pass it to you.
We've actually already added them live on the. If
Okay,
you
that's
already have
even better.
access. We had hid them for a long time, but let me just share my screen and we can dive into some building, and I'll show you where the docs are. So here we go. All right. Docs. If you go to your profile here and you click API keys, this will actually bring you to the docs right now. So let's see, does it switch tabs if I switch tabs? Yes. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, you can see it.
Cool. All right. So those are the docs. It's also on docs.glider.fi. Check them out. We're going to make them even better very soon. So, reach out to us if you want to build onto us. There are definitely incentives for building on top of us that we can talk about more privately. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. All right. This is one of my 20 wallets that's on Glider at this point. So don't judge me for not the biggest balance, but a fairly okay balance here. And this is also where we've created a lot of the onboarding default portfolios. So like the big five, the 4 DeFi tokens, and then the 50/50 Bitcoin ETH, all of which have done very well. But we also started these at quite a nice time as well too. So if you guys ever want to restart the onboarding, I know this is a bit hidden, but you can restart the onboarding here, and you'll see those same 3 portfolios that I just mentioned, and you can actually see the social proof too. So like 14K of TVL, 553 users, live for 92 days. There might be more than 14K TVL in this. We've got to recalculate some of our TVLs, but they're all there. So let me get out of this. Yep, skip. And let's dive into it. So, the whole purpose of today is to talk about building portfolios. We understand that building portfolios is not the most straightforward thing today. It's something that we're going to be constantly iterating on and improving. Some stats here: about 92% of people come into Glider and just copy a portfolio. 8% of people will build portfolios. And so it's a very, very small amount of people that actually build, but there are incentives coming for people who are building portfolios. One of which I'll share today. I don't know if this has been mentioned, may have been, but this might be new to a lot of you, is that when you create a portfolio and you share it with others, when they copy your portfolio, you as the creator will earn a set percentage of the profits from that portfolio. So sort of like a Hyperliquid Vault, where you earn 10% of the profit. Similarly in Glider, again, these are not vaults, but the portfolio themselves, the more that you share and have people copy your portfolio, the more of the profit that you can earn from them. And it's very specific that it's profit only. So if people lose money, you're not taking any more money from these people. It's only if they earn a profit. And that'll be similar to a 10%, more or less. So nothing crazy, but a way for you to earn by creating portfolios yourself. Not live yet, coming soon.
Great way
All
to
right.
get passive income, guys.
Yeah, great way to build out portfolios that you think people will use. And they don't have to be anything crazy, right? It can be something simple. You share it with your community, your friends, and they use it and they say, oh, wow, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, I'm up, 20%. And you as the portfolio creator get, 10% of that 20. So it would be 2% of that. And, depending on how much they deposit, it could be substantial. That's one flywheel too. Referring friends as well. You will earn a percentage of fees once Glider starts to charge fees from the people that you refer. And you'll be able to see that in the referral tab here as well. So again, this is one of my many accounts. So random list of referrals here. But you'll be able to see the points that you get from referring. So you'll get points 1, and then you'll also earn a percentage of the fees as well. And this will trickle down 2 levels. So you'll get from the people that you directly refer. That's where you'll get the most of your referral points and fees. But then you'll also get a percentage of the people that they refer, and the people that they refer. You get it. We'll be a lot more clear here with what the points are that you're earning from these referrers and the fees that you're earning once we have fees as well. So let's get into it. The simplest thing you can do with Glider is build out a basket of tokens. And so, I'm going to start very, very basic here just because a number of you are probably new to the platform. But with Glider, the quickest thing to do is just choose assets. And so we've got a good list of just like straightforward assets to choose here to start, but know that you can type in any asset. So like if I want to hold Solana, for example, Universal Solana is the one to choose on base, and I can run with it. Another one that Universal just put out is Pump.fun. And so there should be Universal Pump. Yep. And so now you can get access to Pump.fun's token without holding the native token on Solana. This thing tracks it one-to-one with the asset. So Universal holds the Pump token in custody and issues this version of it. So it's exactly the same thing as holding Pump.fun. All right. I mean, you can add any asset though here. So like, let me say I want to add Ethereum. There we go. I've got a simple 33, 33, 33 mix across these three assets. Cool. Now, what does Glider do? Glider will rebalance this portfolio every hour or day or month or year or week or even every minute or every block. As these assets change in price, right, your portfolio composition could be holding at one point 50% Solana, 25% Pump, and 25% Ethereum. What Glider does is it will sell the Solana to buy back Pump and Ethereum to get everything back to 33%. And that happens all automatically. We pay for your gas. We find the best prices. You don't have to be at your computer. All right, so that's like tip of the iceberg. You can do equal weighting across any token. If you're looking for a token by name and it doesn't appear, we do have some filters to only show big important tokens. You can always search by contract address. Every token will show up by contract address. So if you type it in, you can get it from Dex Screener or wherever you want to get it, CoinMarketCap, wherever you want to get a contract address, that token will appear. So if I type in something random, for example, right, no token appears, search by contract address instead. Okay. All right. So that's the simple setup. Sometimes people miss this, but you can switch this to percentage weighting, right? And you can set these to like 25, 50, 25. Let's say maybe you're a Pump maxi. We'll get this updated on the blocked token side soon. We're making some more improvements there. This UPump released like a week ago, and so I can imagine not many of our users are holding it at this point. You can also do market cap weighting. And so obviously Ethereum is way too powerful here, so let me get rid of Ethereum. And even USOL is way too powerful compared to UPump, but this is a cool way to have assets move and not rebalance actually as they move in price, because as market cap increases, that means the price is increased usually, unless that's a token that's releasing more supply over time. Okay, so that's like starting point. Those are great things to start with. Just add a bunch of tokens in and you get a really nice diversified portfolio across that. One example is like Zora, right? This portfolio was doing so well when Zora was pumping. As of like 2 days ago, it finally started to lose money, but that's fine. I mean, this was more of a test of things. I probably should have just swapped stable coins here. It was up like 250%. Yeah, something like that. No, 225%. Yeah, if I do the math in my head properly. But this is a really simple example of like, okay, I didn't know which of these Zora tokens was going to pump. I had no idea, right? And so why don't I just buy 10 of them? And some of them will do well, and the vast majority of them will do fine. These were already the top 10. Balaji did an absolute major pump when Jesse tweeted about it. Brian Armstrong bought some of it. That's what really pumped it. And so, again, diversification is important because the likelihood of you knowing that Balaji was going to pump, very low, right? If you bought all 10 of them, though, the likelihood that one of them does well is higher, at least, right? So diversification is a way to ensure that one, if any of these tokens also dumps and falls off to zero, that you're protected. And then if any of these tokens pumps really hard, you also get some of the upside. So diversification built in, right? The vast majority of people who use Glider are winners because of diversification, right? When you go onto Pump.fun or any of these meme coin launchers, the likelihood of winning is really, really small, right? How many people actually make money using Pump? Very, very low. When you use Glider because of diversification, the vast majority of our users actually earn, right? This is about growing on-chain wealth. This is not about flipping meme coins, although again, you can do that if you want to. This is about growing your on-chain wealth through investments, whether it's stablecoin yield, whether it's on-chain stocks, whether it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, or in this case, a basket of Zora tokens, right? That's the value of Glider. All right, let me go back to the create. And apologies, I can't see questions. So Shimron, if there are questions that you see that you think I should answer, I can only see this window right now. So
Yeah, no worries. So the main thing is that with the Zora tokens, like we want to be able to swap to stables. So if you can show how to do that in a portfolio of like 10 Zora tokens, and how can you make them swap to stables? So I guess the
yeah,
if else block would be the perfect example for this.
yep. I will show you the if else block in a moment. We do want to add some quick actions. This is like a highly requested feature. Like, all right, let's say I saw Balaji pump because of Brian Armstrong, right? I might want to swatch to a stable, right? Sell out of it, have it go. You can imagine there will be a button here that says, you know, like instant sell or something similar. Probably be at a dot 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 on this side, and what that will do is it'll instantly swap out Balaji for USDC or whatever stablecoin you choose. That stablecoin will automatically get put into a new feature that we're going to be releasing soon called the Reserve Wallet. That Reserve Wallet is holding stablecoins that are automatically invested into lending protocols. So those stablecoins will automatically be earning yield immediately when you sell, right? You don't lose out on anything, right? We always want to make sure people are earning yield on the things that they can be earning yield on, whether it's through lending pool, whether it's through LPing, whether it's through a rebasing token. You should always be earning yield if there's an option available. Another way to do it that Winter just mentioned is through an if-else block. Why don't we just go through the if-else block together here in a create. So we have an if-else block. We're going to make this even easier, just to be clear, but this is where we are today. And you can say something like, all right, if the current price of, let's see if Balaji pops up. Oh, it does. Balaji is greater than fixed value. And again, we're going to hide some of these because they're not relevant. Like, you know, do you care about the volume compared to the current price? No, but a fixed value. And what's Balaji trading at now? We should probably put a little hover here so you can see. But I think it was like 0.005. So let's just say I want to go to like a penny. So if Balaji goes to a penny, I want to sell into USDC. Otherwise, I will hold Balaji. All right, so that's a really simple way to sell out of a token when it reaches a certain price. What this doesn't solve for, and this is what we know that people want, is this doesn't solve for taking it out of your portfolio. And so this is where the reserve wallet comes in, right? What you probably want to happen is if it reaches a penny, you want to pull that out of this portfolio to prevent rebalancing across other assets and have that earn yield. That'll be done very soon. So actually, any of these assets that you want to reach a certain price, or if they want to reach a certain market cap, again, you can do market cap as well, right? If the market cap gets above 3 million, let's say, right? 3 million, yes. Oops, I didn't set that. Oops, looks like we need to have oh, I didn't click this one, that's why. 3 million, there we go. And notice that this works, right? Balaji right now is at a $5 million market cap. And so if I ran this, I would only be holding USDC, right? And you can see that in the back test, no change in price. If I change it to something really close to the market cap, let's say 55000000, there you go. And you can see the back test is working properly. So USDC I was holding until it dropped below 5.5 million market cap, and then it looks like I bought it, and it continued to be below 5.5 million for a while. So the backtest works, which is great. We know that we will extend this time frame. It's only up to 3 days right now. That requires a bit more data handling on our side, but that is a simple way to use the if-else statements. The main one here really is price. So you can set current price of, Ethereum. If it's greater than 4K, hold stables. It's been above 4K. Otherwise, hold. It could be anything. You don't have to hold Ethereum. It could be Zora, right? So the actual if statement can be based off of a different token than the token that you want to hold. All right. And then, of course, these are nestable. So if you wanted to add another if statement here, you can say if the current price of, again, whatever you want, and fill that out. We understand this is a lot of steps, and so we will be introducing natural language. I've mentioned this in the past to help you build these. There are also a number of templates, although they are very sort of introductory right now. We'll go back and add more there. So give us some time to make improvements to this. We understand that it is not the most straightforward thing, but it is far more straightforward than writing code yourself. Let's put it that way. Okay, so that's if
Got a
statements.
question saying,
Yeah.
is there a percentage thing if token price doubles?
Another highly requested feature, something we need to add, right? People are looking for when token price doubles or token price falls, 50%. That's when I want to buy. These are all things that we need to add in terms of actions that users should be able to take within our building blocks. So, well heard, great feedback, coming soon. We think those are really important.
Yeah. So somebody else said that, but the only thing that bothers me is that if it goes down, you stay in the same asset with the same average price.
The only thing is if it goes down, you stay in the same asset with the same average price. So if the token price goes down, you can always nest if statements as well. So I think that solves for your situation. Again, this gets complicated with our building block system. It'll be a lot easier with natural language here, but you can always put an if statement inside of an if statement. And so that can capture some of the upward movement as well. If you are, you don't want to be caught in a one-way direction here. So again, I think one of the things to know is that you're still always setting your intent here, right? Like what price do you want to get in, or what like percentage gain do you want to get in? What percentage gain do you want to get out? The idea of having like a bot do this in real time is something that we would love to see people build on top of Glider. It's hard to build something that is always going to know that the price is going to go down or the price is going to go up, right? That's what trading firms do all the time. And so, one, we've built a really nice system for you to be able to build on top of it if you want to and write your own code and be like a trading firm. But know that, and this is something that we see in a lot of projects that we don't believe people should believe in, is that, that there is like a agent out there that is going to be printing money for people. If you guys ever see that, I would have some doubt about it, some hesitation, because if it was really making money consistently, why would they publicize it or share it with people? The one exception to that might be yield optimization, because yield optimization is always earning money, right? There's no way to lose money when you're just earning yield. So that one might be the one exception, but an agent that is actively trading out there, I'd be very, very hesitant to put your money into it. Maybe dabble a little bit and try it out, but as you know, like beating the stock market or beating the market over long periods of time is very, very difficult. And so be cognizant of that. This is about growing long-term wealth here at Glider. This is about, investing. This looks a lot like a brokerage account over time. And we expect you to hold assets over long periods of time, right? not necessarily flip meme coins around, right? There are already platforms for that. And platforms that are more suited towards that than us. But yeah, that's sort of enough about the long-term investing spiel.
So Barbu's asked, which EMA are you using in the condition if? Is it 8, 20, 50? ... Thanks.
It is 9-day and 15-day. So the simple is 9-day and the exponential is 15-day. We'll add a label for that, and you should probably be able to choose your own as well. Coming soon. We got to come back to this block builder and spruce it up some. You've probably seen a lot of sprucing happening here, for example, and a lot of sprucing happening up here as well, right? Like now you can expand all of these. These are nice. We're coming back, and we're coming back to the explore page. So 9-day and 15-day, I may have flipped them. We're going to make that more clear soon. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is something that people consistently do, and people like this. I will tell you that this is not without its own dangers, but it is something that is very unique to Glider, and it is our dynamic block. And so our dynamic block allows you to hold trending tokens automatically. And so the quickest way to do this is just to say, I want 10 of them. You can use the default filters, and this gives you the top 10 trending tokens on Glider. Many of these are names that you know: Virtual, Zora, Kita, Giza, Bio, Sapien as well. Some of these are probably new. And what Glider does is it will sell out of what's no longer trending and buy into what is trending entirely automatically. What a lot of people like to do is actually wrap this. And again, this is not for like the beginners here, but they will wrap it into a filter. And so you take a filter and then you put a dynamic block in the middle. You say, I want the top 10 trending tokens. And then of those top trending tokens, you set a filter and you say, okay, I want the, let's say, top 5 tokens there in terms of volume. And so it'll choose the top 10 trending. And then of those top 10, only the top 5 with the highest volume will get selected. And so that is a cool way to filter out beyond just trending. You can also do things like, okay, I want the 5 highest percent gainers within that, right? Because some of these might have already peaked. This gets more interesting too when we can start to short things via Hyperliquid. So that's another thing that's coming soon. Play around with this. I wouldn't throw a ton of money at it, right? Obviously, the trending tokens can pick up some pretty dangerous things, especially if you put like market cap really low. We have a little warning here, right? Oh, it looks like it didn't change much, but be careful. I guess all this is to say is, right, like Glider is an open platform. You can trade any token. We do a good job of protecting you from scam tokens, and we're making more and more improvements on that. But we want to allow everybody to trade everything. And so being able to allow everyone to trade everything while also protecting users against the, potentially millions of bad tokens out there is a problem that every app faces. And, that's sort of the trade-off of permissionless and curated as well. Okay. Maybe we should stop there because we got a million questions. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how do you define the trend? Which metric for dynamic block, basically?
Yeah. So these are pulling from Dex Screener right now, but you can actually choose whatever you want to rank by. So it could be trending 24 hours, trending 12 hours. It could be cell count, created time. I mean, a lot of these are very, very experimental. We are in beta, so if you see something that you would like to see here or something that doesn't look right, do let us know. This block itself too is far too complicated. We want to make it just choose top 10 trending tokens. We'll have default filters, but these will be more advanced features so that you don't have to choose these. So yeah, it's pulling from Dex Screener though.
So we had Insensi ask, can you do like this deck screener set be worth 25% in a portfolio against 75% in Bitcoin?
Yep, I can show you that right now. So set your percentage weights to whatever you want. 25% into the deck screener. Let's just say I want 5 of them. And then you've got your 75% in, since we're on base, you've got to use Coinbase Bitcoin, but there you go. Simple as that. Should we open up the floor, Winter, to some more broader questions here?
Yeah. So if you guys have any questions, do feel free to ask in the chat, and we'll.
And this doesn't have to be about the builder. This can be about Glider. This could be about team. This could be about roadmap. And we're happy to take any questions with the remaining time we have here.
So the first question is, what triggers the rebalance? Because I don't see the rebalance working every hour.
Yep. So we don't want people to have to rebalance tiny amounts, right? So if you're like off by, let's say, like 10 cents, right? We don't want to trigger a rebalance. So right now, the way that this works is it is 50 cents minimum. And then there is a little bit of a formula that we will share soon around how bigger portfolios rebalance. Because again, if you've got $1,000 across 10 tokens, you probably don't want to be constantly rebalancing 50 cents. And so there is a min-max rebalance trigger that we have. So it's the, I can't remember at this time, but like if you've got a small amount of assets in your portfolio, it's 50 cents. If it's a much larger amount of your assets, it's something like it has to be like a 1% or 2% change within the asset mix to actually rebalance. We can open that up for customization at some point later on. But right now it's a good balance for small portfolios not to rebalance too much, and big portfolios also not to rebalance too much, but rebalance when they need to.
So it says here, I see you have a lot of things on the roadmap. Are you actively hiring more people?
We will always list all of our careers on our website. We are not actively hiring anybody right now. We've actually recently filled our roles, and so those will be announced who's joining us in the following weeks. But post-launch, or maybe even earlier, we may be expanding the team even further. So keep an eye on our blog, not our blog, our careers page. And then we also will share on X when we have new roles open.
So we have also, what are the points for? I presume airdrop. Can you share something about why people would want the points?
Yep. There will be in-platform incentives for the points. I'm not going to say anything about an airdrop right now, but there will be reason for the points, let's say, prior to any potential airdrop that could happen in the future. These points will be used for different levels. So we will be releasing levels soon, and those levels will have specific perks to them, whether it be discounted fees, whether it be higher referral rates, whether it be ability to earn more from strategies that you create, access to new features. When you reach the higher levels, things like we ship you Glider merch, lots of different things will become available as you progress through the levels. So we'll share more on that very soon.
Cheeky question: where can I track track Glider's revenue from the Glider platform?
So Glider's free today. So there's no revenue. It's all cost. It's all cost for us, and we're paying for everyone's gas. Of course, that will change on launch. We will start to charge some form of revenue. There is no decentralized place right now to see revenue. We might make that available at some point, but not something that we feel like is necessarily something we should share or need to share in the near future.
Will there be any other space to contribute to collect points?
So there's a bunch of different channels here, right? There are emeralds in Discord. Those emeralds, to be very clear for the people who are here, I know this is Discord specific. Those emeralds will lead to things that you can redeem in the Glider platform as well. So that's where all that is leading towards. You will be able to get like lower fees. You will be able to get points multipliers. So for example, like if you have, I'm just throwing a number out there, 1,000 emeralds, you can buy a 2x point multiplier that will get you 2x points for, a month or something like that. So everything leads back to the platform. So whether you're getting emeralds in Discord, those will be redeemable for things in platform. Whether you're getting points in the platform, those will earn levels that get you specific things and incentives. Those are only two mechanisms right now, but as we maybe expand into other communities and other platforms that offer incentives or quests or points, we will convert those into real world things that you can use and earn and get within the Glider platform. So there's a plan for all of that, just to be very clear. There's a
why
plan.
those season 0 roles are super important. The emeralds will reset when beta ends for Glider. So season 0 beta ends, Glider beta ends at the same time. So it's very handy to use your emeralds to buy those roles that are in the store right now. And then those roles will no longer be available once we launch. So those are exclusive early community roles basically that we're using to recognize you guys. And that will lead to exclusive perks like Brian said, lower fees, for example, on the platform. Multiplying your points so that you can unlock many different levels within Glider itself. So it's super, super key that you use up your emeralds for that reason. So that's why the announcement was made.
I know we've been asked to, like, when does season 0 end? We will make it very clear with some lead up, like how much time you have left, so it's not like this, oh my god, it's ending tomorrow type of situation. So don't worry about that. There will be plenty of guidance to say, okay, the season will end at this date, once we know. So just keep it peeled to our channels to understand more about how and when we're going to be winding down season 0.
Say last few question, guys. So someone asked, why does all the portfolio on Explore page say one user? Is this the bug or is it the norm?
Yes. No, a bug. Marcos, our engineer, is working on a new Explore page right now. And so wait and see. It's going to be so much better. Yeah. The Explore page today is taking forever to load. We know. We have a lot of improvements to make there. So, yep.
Okay, another cheeky question. Are there a lot of whales inside? What are the statistics like? And so
Yep.
on. So.
I won't go into too many specifics about how much is already in the platform, but know that it is like very, as you would expect, sort of long tail. And so like we've got, let's call it thousands of users, without going into more specifics, that have, between, $0 and $100. And then as you think about, upwards of, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions, obviously much smaller percentage of people that have those amounts. So, yeah.
And then the last question is, when mobile app, if ever?
We've thought about this so much. You can use Glider on mobile today. We got to make it a lot better. It's not great. We need to think about whether a mobile app makes sense. If somebody out there wants to build the Glider mobile app and use our API, that is possible too. You can always build your own mobile app on top of us. but yeah, we're weighing that. We're weighing that, and we're weighing a bunch of other types of distribution channels. Something that we've definitely thought about, and we know the mobile experience right now is subpar. It will get better. Marcos made some changes just even last week that made it much more usable. And so it will get better. For some stats too on this, it's something like 22% of our users come in via mobile, and what does that leave? Like 78% come in via desktop. And then there's like a sliver in there that like comes in via tablet. So these are all things we're watching as well. We know sort of where our users are, which is good. Yeah, I know who uses tablet. Somebody is. It's working. Cool. We're just at time. Thank you guys for joining us. Follow us on X. Continue to engage with content. Continue to collect emeralds here. Deposit into Glider to start earning beta points. The beta points will be worth more than the regular points because they will convert in a very nice way. So be sure to deposit. And then, as always, leave us feedback and keep us, in tune with what you guys want to see, because it's very important for us to be listening to guys, especially everyone here who's early. This is going to be so much bigger than I think many of you realize, and it's just the start. And even our launch will even just be just the start. There is a whole journey here. So, Shimron, anything else you want to close out with?
No, you guys are still early. Seriously, just stack up those beta points. They're gonna be so much. It's so much is gonna come from it. So, I mean, it's good to be early, right? And encourage other people to be early at the same time. So much perks can be unlocked from this. So, yeah. But other than that, thank you so much, guys, for all your questions. If you have any more, I'll be more than happy to answer them in general chat. But yeah, thank you so much again.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day or great night or great afternoon, wherever you are.